Boy, watching this on mute is a bad idea.
Hey, we're back. We're doing this again. Or still. I don't know.
That was a person in a duck costume.
Yep. Yes, it was.
So we might just drop this if it's not interesting or entertaining.
Oh, yeah, totally.
We reserve the right to be like, fuck it, we're out. Like,
This will be the first one of these I've watched, but I've also heard that this one they're supposed to have more stuff than past years. So we'll see.
last year was like, I want to say Cliffy B was there.
I bet he's not here this year.
What a long time ago that was.
Too soon?
Remember Lawbreakers?
In PC gaming, it says, don't just obey the rules. Write them.
Because that was Darwin
It says,
Project.
Don't just listen
fuck?
to stories.
What's the mod with Diva and Doom, though? That's a pretty great
It
mod.
says, don't just accept the limits. Overclock beyond them.
What remains
It
of Edith
says,
Finch?
don't
That's weird.
just play games. Revel in them.
Yeah, that's that.
Unleash them.
I think that's
It
actually a
says,
different one.
seriously,
Oh.
Is every
Huh.
game Battle Royale now? Or is it just me? From mountaintops to dungeons. From deep waters to deeper space. From solo quests to mass engagements. There is magic in PC gaming. Let's celebrate that magic
Ha!
together.
West of Loathing. I love it.
This is the PC Gaming Show. And now your host, Sean Plott.
Oh, hello to everyone online. Hello to everyone at the Will Turn. Welcome to the PC Gaming Show. Yes.
Well, I don't see a couch, which is already a more promising start.
He has a giant stack of cue cards, though.
We have a
Oh,
fantastic
God.
show for you this afternoon.
He has a
First,
book with him.
welcome to the Will Turn. Thanks for joining us.
I mean, if it's like sponsored by like
Los Angeles, to all of you on the
Radeon
Twitch,
or
thanks
whoever.
for joining us. To those co-streaming partners, hey, as
Like,
well,
they're gonna
to
have
you,
to- hey,
Tom
Kyle.
James, great
What?
to have you here.
You know, there's a sponsor of this show.
To all
Was
the
Drake's?
wonderful
What's Drake's?
sponsors that help make the PC
That's
Gaming Show
that's a
come
free
back
to play
again
game.
for the 4th straight year.
Oh, I didn't see that was Warframe sponsor.
Yeah.
Good on you. Now, I'm not the only host here this year. I have my co-op partner up in the balcony. It's
Okay,
Frankie
why does he have the
Ward
cue
joining
cards,
us
though? Because
today.
I'm
How's it
assuming
going,
there's a
Frankie?
teleprompter.
Hey,
because he
Sean, I'm going to
changed
be up
their
here in the
cards.
balcony with a bunch of creative new PC games coming your way.
Just in case.
From Warfare's latest update to some off-road
Alright.
indie gems.
Frankie, we are so excited for the show to get started. We have over 30 games we're going to be looking at across the next 90 minutes. So let's get
90
underway.
minutes.
Our very first
Okay.
Coffee Stain Studios.
Yep,
Their game
that's
has
about as long as the last one was.
construction, as well
It's
as
30
And only
games,
felt
though.
like 2 years.
30 games, though.
Coffee Stain, is that the Goat Simulator, guys?
Yes. Yes, it absolutely is.
It's a people mover simulator.
Hey, survival games? We're making one of those.
Do you like survival games? No? Okay. I wasn't prepared for this answer. Wow. I mean, apart from the fact that there's no ship flying, I'm getting very heavy No Man's Sky vibes from like
Yeah.
the design of the tech and buildings.
Although it seems like potentially there might be a goal here, or like something you're working towards consistently. Because it seems like you're selling off the parts that you make.
Maybe like a 3D Factorio almost.
Yeah, kind of.
That was a good name. That is a good name.
That's a good. That's
Joining me
yep.
on the stage to talk about it is the game director at Coffee Stain Studios. It's Oscar Gilsayan.
Okay, so that's why the cue cards.
Come here, Oscar.
Because we have very specific questions we want to
Welcome to
ask.
the stage. Thanks for
Well, no,
joining us today.
one cue card was just
Now, Oscar,
designated
let's
towards
begin
how
by
does he pronounce
asking,
his last
what
name.
is Satisfactory all about?
Satisfactory is,
Now I've
essentially
shuffled
about
these cue
building
cards
huge
completely
home
together.
factories.
So you could be
players
getting
are
any
gonna
question
be
for
able to
any
transfer,
game.
to this alien planet, and you're going to build this enormous machine. It was hinted at the end of the trailer there.
Yeah.
And to build that, you need a whole ton of parts, which you need to build machines that will make them for you. So you'll start out pretty simple with a few machines,
Yeah.
and then you'll just expand and expand and expand until you finally need to start cutting down trees and replace them with like more convenient concrete.
And you know, for people who haven't played this type of game, can you give me an example of
So it's
what
a-
the
it's a
machine
Lorax
advanced
simulator.
resource might look like?
Right. After a while, you'll need to create something more advanced, like a computer, for
Yeah.
example. And at that point, you'll have some.
Hello, we
stuff
speak
set
for
up
the
with
trees.
Wires and cables. But to make plastic, you need to get some oil. So you need to go out and you need to find this oil, build some oil pumps and oil refineries, and set up a transport with self-driving vehicles between the outpost and your factory.
Yeah, and I want to talk about that scale because there's a lot of games where you build a house or a small town. How much area are we talking about where all your factories will exist?
Oh, this factory will grow enormous. The main part, which will probably be the biggest, will start spreading more and more and more. Or in some cases, we'll have players just building these massive, tall buildings with factory floor upon factory floor. But including the resources that you need to gather from basically all around the map.
Yeah.
So you'll have vehicles driving all over.
Now, I want to ask about the first-person perspective because these types of games typically are top-down. Why first-person?
We wanted it to feel like the player's the one building the stuff.
Yeah.
And when you've built a bunch of stuff, you can see these enormous buildings, these structures towering above you. But also when you go out and explore, you'll be the one, like, you go through the underbrush and in the jungles and whatever.
I mean, in the trailer, it even looked like there's a lot more to explore, like different environments and biomes.
Yeah. The map is, we made a point to make it big and varied.
Yeah.
And it's about 30 square kilometers in size, so it's kind of enormous.
Wow. And, one final question. I saw multiple engineers there. How does multiplayer work?
Oh, it's a co-op game. So you'll start up a server and play with your friends.
Great. Now, tell us, how do we get our hands on this game?
So we got a closed alpha planned in the coming months. So you can sign up for the alpha at satisfactorygame.com. And then you'll know.
Well, great. Oscar, thanks for joining me on stage once again. That is satisfactorygame.com.
That game
Now,
looks like something that
about
could totally be
Frank,
my
I
jam.
understand you have our very first indie title of the day.
Yeah,
We do
seems
indeed, Sean,
cool.
Because here's something we love about the PC platform. It's such fertile ground for creative ideas from small teams. NeoCab is an emotional survival game set in the future about gig labor, tech disruption, and the experience of being a driver for hire. Perhaps the last of your kind. From the brand new indie studio Chance Agency, let's watch the first gameplay trailer for NeoCab.
There has to be other like Uber games out there, right? Can't say I've heard of any, but
Probably.
Now, our next game, believe it or not, is in the Battle Royale genre.
Hey!
2018, what do you expect? We have several
Hey,
Battle Royale
take a
games to talk about
shot.
today because the Battle Royale format is very simple and very flexible.
Oh, fuck
Players
me, I'm gonna
play
die from
in
alcohol
ever-shrinking
poisoning.
space until there's one last standing. So developers have already been doing all kinds of different explorations of what this could possibly be. And our very first Battle Royale game that we'll be introducing today has up to 1,000 concurrent players. It's from Automaton Games. Let's look at Maverick's Proving Grounds.
Up to 1,000. And we'll end up eventually having 20. I mean, by the time that everything's said and done. Here, you ready for a Battle Royale game? Because they said they have several.
Oh, good.
I think it's a lot. Not a battle royale.
Wonder.
They said this one has like 1,000 potential players.
Right.
Yeah, no, right. Right.
Stuff.
By the end of the thing? Like, by the time that the game fails?
100%.
Yeah. The game's playing itself.
Is it just gonna be like war games where the computer's playing tic-tac-toe with himself, but it's 100 or 1,000?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
And then it gets nuclear launch codes and
And then, yeah.
yeah,
Then you have to play against it.
yes.
And you have to be survivor.
This looks too similar to Battlegrounds.
This looks a lot like a fucking Battle Royale game. Oh, you can go into first person though.
I was kind of wondering if you threw the grenade, if it was going to blow the building up. Like if that was, it's destructible environments, that would at least be different.
Was there any explosion from that grenade? Because I don't think there was.
Well, yeah, no, maybe it was like a flash grenade or something. I don't know.
Joining me on the stage to talk about Maverick's
Proving Grounds.
the CEO of Automaton Games, it's James Thompson.
It's not about battle, it's about proving.
James, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
Now, I want to
This guy look
immediately
a little
ask,
bit like
what
Topher
about
Grace.
Maverick's
A little
Proving
bit?
Grounds
Okay, a
distinguishes
lot.
itself from other Battle Royale games?
A
Yeah,
lot
well,
of
it's a
it?
very popular formula.
That is
Okay, they
Topher
might be the
Grace.
same person.
Standing,
I don't know.
Kind of game type is incredibly compelling by itself. But Mavericks is really
That guy's
about
a CEO.
we've already talked about 400 players before, and we're sort of super excited
He's 12.
to talk about our 5-man
Yeah.
team
Yeah.
being 1,000 players. But really,
He is the boss,
it's about
baby.
depth as well. It's about the fact that that environment is even a bigger step. The simulation and those elements sort of combining together.
Yeah, I want to zoom in right on the 1,000 players aspect. How does that really shift the dynamic from the, say, 100 that we're typically used to?
Well, it's really about combining scale with the depth of simulation. So the fact that together, what you actually have is a landscape that means you're making decisions off a lot more information.
Yeah, I mean, because you hinted at that twice now. Like, what do you mean by there's a lot more information in the environment for players to process?
So take a concrete example, right? So let's say a player's walking through the map, they'll be leaving footprints, they'll be displacing foliage, like
Oh,
grass
okay.
bending. But siege-style gameplay in houses, that's like a lot of destruction systems that sort of together make the map
Yeah, there's
much more of a dynamic
it's like
environment.
a recent history of who could have been here.
Yeah.
I want to ask about what more is in store for Maverick's Proving Grounds. I understand that this has a lot more out-game features than someone might expect.
Yeah, so it's not just that session-based gameplay. You enter the game through the Capital, which is our sort of persistent social hub. So we draw from the MMORPG side of things. It's really it's a full world, not just a map. You know, so it's got a persistent game type side to it too.
Yeah.
But really, it's about bringing this all together into something which makes a much richer MMO experience.
Now, where can people go to find out more?
Well, we've just launched our site right now, so if you're interested in signing up for the closed beta, you can do that now at mavericks.gg/closed-beta. And actually, if you register this week, you'll get special in-game content for free from E3.
Well, awesome.
And we have
Exclusive
only
E3
100,000 slots for the first group signing up, so
Right on.
that will give you some beta access. But
You get to be one of the
More
first
people
people
than
to
that
say
on the
that I was there when that game was
James,
still a
thanks so much for
thing.
joining us once again. That's maverick.gg.
I mean, so
Our very
okay.
You get to
next
look at it
game
in your
helps
Steam
showcase the
library and say,
extraordinary
wow,
power
the
of
servers
modern
are just
Frank.
dead.
Tell us about it.
It does indeed, Sean. On PC, we don't just play what's given to us.
I mean,
We mod
to
games make our
try
own
to hold back the
experience.
cynicism a little
And
bit
for
for
many
myself,
developers, modding is a way to turn
1,000
our
players in
hobby
theory
into a
would mean
game.
that
The Forgotten City is
there's
the perfect
much less
example.
downtime in a
It's
single
standalone
match,
game
right?
with a reimagining of a
Like,
Right,
world
if you
yeah.
don't have a map that's
In
10
fact,
times the size of
first mod
PUBG,
in history to win a
effectively
national
that like you would be
Brightest Build Award.
much more
For the first
much more
time ever.
action throughout a
Here's
given match.
gameplay from the Forgotten City.
Well, sure, but you also like I think like you also need to be able to say, here's why we're different, and here's why you're going to be consistently playing in 1,000-player game.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're not, then who the fuck cares if there's a 1,000-player limit? Like if I'm not getting matched into that every time.
I'm so sorry you had to find me like this. And worse,
Oh,
that you'll suffer
what?
the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place. An ancient underground city. Its existence long forgotten. Searching for a way out. All I found is a window into the past.
Slender 2.
If even one
But
of
this
us
time,
believes
it's
a
Roman.
sin, everyone will die. I tried to set things right, but whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. It's all up to you now. Go back, investigate, talk to everyone, help them out if it'll win their trust. Bend the rules as far as you can. Figure out who's responsible for this, and maybe you can do what I never could. Save these people. Save yourself.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
This actually looks cool. Okay. I don't know what that mod is, but it looks cool.
What's next
Yeah.
for Killing Floor 2? And an unannounced game from Tripwire Interactive. And now your host, Sean Plott.
Did we just have
Our
a
next
commercial
game
break?
Killing Floor
Blast
2,
from
huh?
the past. It's not a sequel or prequel or remake, but rather an entirely new game altogether. Let's take a look at Stardock's Star Control Origins.
Long ago, the Singularity formed, its creators uplifted into something beyond our understanding. These beings, now known as the Lexites, left Earth, traveling to multiple planets in our solar system, before vanishing altogether. This
They all just jumped. It was really wild.
To Star Control.
It's a really big arc on their
The
jumps.
International Space Agency, tasked with the exploration of our solar system and the defense of Earth. Here resides the world's brightest minds.
Is that Mads Mikkelsen on the left there? Because that looked a lot like Mads.
Strong curiosity to discover the unknown. Help us pioneer the future.
Oh my god, we've got a whole Death Stranding thing tonight. Fuck.
Yeah, we do. They're gonna spend like half an hour on Death Stranding. No, they're not.
God, I hope so.
Accelerated the
Fuck
construction
yes.
of our new modular deep solar
real
system
immediately.
vessel specifically for this mission. It's the fastest, most expensive ship humanity has ever made, Captain.
I am Chief Viscosity Officer Windu of the Tyrone. The Scribe had evidently received traces of your radio broadcasts themselves.
You know, I feel like the size of these ships on the maps is not to scale.
A new alien in a delightful new spaceship.
You must be humans. We've heard so much about you.
humans.
Pre-order and play today.
Ah, god damn it. The like $120 edition of Assassin's Creed Odyssey was mistakenly going for like $90 on Best Buy, and I was trying to snag a copy of it, but it's not happening
Star Control
anymore.
is an open universe action RPG. You can visit dozens of aliens, hundreds of different stars, thousands of different unique planets, and you can land on each and every one of them. And when you're driving around the planets, you can jump over canyons, blast critters, and then you can venture out into the solar system and do ship-to-ship combat with hostile aliens.
And I want to ask, since I know that the story is a big part of this game, with it being open world, how do you make sure that the story still stays as the focus for the player?
Yeah, so we're really excited about the story that we've prepared for Star Control. It's funny, it's creative, but also has some dark, sinister side to it. However, what we're very proud and very excited about is we have an infinite universe. That is, we are fully simulating the entire universe at all times. So even if you're on some podunk little moon in the corner of the universe, the aliens are still moving around the universe, doing their own thing, exploring and interacting with each other.
So it's not just like at a planet there's the same town whenever you visit it. It depends on how the simulation has driven it forward.
Right, exactly. So this infinite universe is the glue that connects my story, my adventure, to the larger open galaxy.
That's awesome. Now, I know modding is going to be a big part of Star Control Origins. How does modding work?
You do know that? How did you know that?
Show.
It's almost like you were prepared for this.
So what would you think of making Firefly Season 2?
Shit, that's a lot of pressure, Patrick. Well, you're putting me on the spot on stage right now, yeah.
We have a week to do it, so. But anyways, in Star Control Origins, you can create your own ships, your own planets, your own galaxies. You can package up your adventures and share them with your friends online.
So someone else can take care of Firefly Season 2. That's up to you. Now, last thing I want to ask about is how multiplayer works.
Right. So in the game, we have ship-to-ship combat.
That's actually really cool.
Turned out to be so popular in our early testing. They're like, we should make this a separate gameplay mode. So we did. We called it Fleet Battles. So you can create your own ships. You build them out of different pieces and parts. You attach different weapons and defenses, and then you go online to play them. You can either play local multiplayer, 2 people on the same machine, or online, ranked or online play.
Where can people go to pick up Star Control Origins?
Well, right now, Star Control Origins is available for pre-order on GOG and Steam.
Well, lovely. Guys, definitely be sure to head over to starcontrolgame.com and check them out on Steam and GOG as well.
And one more thing, we are happy to announce at the PC Gamer Show that Star Control Origins is launching on September 20th, 2018.
Look for it on September 20th. Now, our next game was PC Gamer's favorite game from E3 last year. It is Hunt Showdown from Crytek. Let's take a look at what's coming for Hunt Showdown.
Wow, I haven't thought about that game in a while.
I feel like I saw something about Hunt Showdown, and I was like, I should play Hunt Showdown.
Yeah, I thought that on several occasions, but it seemed like when that first started to get, people start talking about it, it was pretty buggy.
Yeah.
Wonder if they've fixed that stuff.
This game has its very own loot box coin. I don't know. Is this one of the ones that'll run your shit to mine for Cry currency?
If it does, I had not heard that.
Anytime soon.
Because I know that Crytek has their own like
Archangel was originally
coin
a
thing.
single-player narrative game, but Hellfire, this new edition, what changes is that going to make?
Well, players really loved the single-player narrative, but they all kept telling us the same thing. They said, we really want it multiplayer, and we want it off-rails. And we kind of thought, that's a completely different game, but let's give it a shot. And so we got a crack team together. They put something really special. We got 4 maps. We got 6 different mechs, tons of weapons where you could just blast through the environment and other mechs alike. And it's really just an amazing experience. You can zip around in your mech. You can tower over others. It's just something special that I
And
think you
when
can try right now.
is this coming out of early access? So you just said we can try it right now, but you've got the full version launching soon, right?
Correct. Yeah, it's coming out in July 17th. But you can try it right now if you want in early access. Help us iron out the kinks and break some mechs along the process.
I am no good at ironing out kinks, as I think people at home can see, Guy. But as a heavy mech woman, I can't wait for you to be my light mech wingman in that 2v2 PvP. So let's take a closer look at Archangel Hellfire.
Let's do it.
I have not heard of this. Shows my ignorance.
Why don't you know about all of the PC games? I got a wonderful notification also in my Google News. Like, I get the little notifications that are like, hey, here's something you might have missed. Like, hey, here's what happened at, you know, New Japan Dominion. Or, in this case, hey, you obviously would want to know Just Dance in 2019 was confirmed at E3 2018.
Community manager at Frogwares, Sergey.
Yeah, you clearly would.
Welcome, Sergey. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.
You've earned a handshake.
Yeah, you
Welcome
nailed
to
that
the stage.
pronunciation.
I love that you lie to me so kindly. You know, I want to ask right away, the Sinking City, you know, there's a lot of open world, third-person type games. What makes the Sinking City different from what a player might expect?
Well, I mean, The Sinking City is an open-world action investigation game inspired by Lovecraft. And we believe that these three elements already make the game pretty unique. And you know, when I say that you can be a detective in a world, in a supernatural world full of mystery and, you know, cosmic fear, like, I really mean it, because investigations are really at the core of The Sinking City.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot of games in the open world genre that are focused on action, but you say investigation is at the core. What are investigation mechanics? What does it look like?
So the first thing you should know right off the bat is that we are not going to offer any hand-holding for the player. We will not give you any clear objectives in your diary or, you know, markers on the map telling you where to go or what to do. It's actually up to you to figure that out. Instead, we will give you information, you know, hints, evidence, like clues, crime scenes to examine, like people to talk to, suspects to question. And we will ask you in return to use your wits and your intuition to...
You won't know what you're doing
experiment
until the
with your
fucking end of
findings,
it.
you know, maybe like find a way how to progress. And what you should also know is that finding these clues will not only help you understand what's going on and, you know, get a better understanding of the world and its people, but it will also help you maybe change the course of your investigation.
You know, you mentioned the world itself. I mean, the footage that I've seen through the years has just been absolutely beautiful. Talk to me about the world that we're in and what investigation is at the core.
So the game takes place in this fictional city of Oakmont in the state of Massachusetts. You know, the city which is flooded. There is a terrible disaster going on which has claimed like thousands of lives. And also, like, it seems like it awakened frightening monsters which now roam the streets of Oakmont. You know, people that live in the city, they are very different, like different social classes, gangs, cultists, poor people, rich people, but they are all united by fear. You know, they are all afraid, maybe except for the cultists, of course, they are all afraid that, you know,
Yeah, it's a very, like,
because of the flood, because of the
Lovecraftian sort of thing.
Yeah,
I'm getting the vibes from, which I dig that.
Ostensibly
I'm down for that. That's my aesthetic.
Flood. And what's even funny is that while everybody is afraid, nobody wants to leave. But this is kind of a different story.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Oh.
we talked a little bit about the story world.
Creepy.
Inspired by
yeah.
Lovecraft. What about the game mechanics? You've mentioned the sanity mechanic in the past.
Wait, how are you? How are you talking? Your lips are literally stitched together.
When our hero is under a lot of stress, something, or even when he's making the choices in the story which he's not comfortable with making.
Okay, so Innsmouth. Okay, so yeah, this is just straight up Lovecraft.
He will start to have hallucinations. He will start to hear distorted sounds, which will allow the player to understand that something is actually going wrong. Maybe we need to, you know, step back and do something about that. As of right now, we're still fine-tuning this mechanic because we are still looking, you know, for the sweet spot between impact on the gameplay and impact on the story.
Since we're almost
Oh,
out of
god
time,
damn.
I still just have to ask, what are the sweet monsters that we're going to get to see in the game?
Oh, we have different kinds of monsters. We have different kinds of archetypes, you know, with different abilities. And, you know, we actually give you tools. The game is not about fighting monsters. Investigation is the core of the game. But we give you tools to defend yourself. So we give you weapons, we give you skills, we give you even certain, like, traps. In return, we ask you that you make a decision, because the game is about making a decision. Ammunition is scarce, and you will have to adjust your tactics accordingly.
So I know a lot of people have all sorts of questions about what the game is like. Where can they go to find out more information?
So if you're hungry for more, you can always follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. This is where we post our updates regularly. Facebook, The Sinking City Game, YouTube, Frogwares. So go there, and like, this is definitely the place to go if you want to learn more.
Well, I'm super excited to personally see how it turns out. Thanks for joining me on stage, Sergey. The Sinking City. Now, our next game is a PC title that has only gotten better over the last few years, and I'm always excited to hear what they have in store. Frankie is up on the balcony with the developers of Warframe. Talk to me, Frankie.
Oh, no.
Well, we all know the PC is home to some of the most
Yes,
devoted
let's
communities
go.
in gaming.
Let's
And one of the
talk about the
best
sacrifice.
Undoubtedly belongs to Warframe. Last year, the game got its first open world update. Planes of
I'm
Argolin,
assuming
and the next
I'm assuming
epic
this has to be
cinematic
about
quest is called
the.
Sacrifice.
This
And
has
we've got
to
the
be
exclusive launch trailer for you.
about the sacrifice. Okay, yeah, let's go. Okay.
You're playing this game on PS4?
Yeah.
Megan Everett, community manager at Digital Extremes, joins
Okay.
me now. Megan, tell me more about.
Yeah, unfortunately, the updates on the PS4 are kind of stifled behind.
It continues a story.
That's weird. It's not Rebecca.
rooted in
I figured it'd
Dream,
be it'd be
continued with
Rebecca.
the War
She's
Within,
usually the
and
big
Apostasy
name
prologue.
that's
So at the end
out
of last
in
year,
front of
we kinda
Warframe.
Shattered some hearts and left them with a bit of a plot twist, and I'm not going to spoil it for people who want to maybe catch up. But what I can say is that obviously from the trailer that you saw, the wait for Umbra, the 3-year wait to the Umbra Warframe is finally over. The creepy guy at the end of the trailer there, Ballast, plays a pretty big role in this quest. And again, not going to spoil a lot, but I can say that it's coming this week on PC.
And you guys are actually currently waiting. Well, as well as the update, you're working.
So when she
towards
says
Tenet
like coming on
right
PC, does that mean it's
Yeah,
delayed
so
for
it's gonna be
consoles?
another
Yep, the consoles get usually like a month delay or so. Because you know you got to go through cert, you got to go through all of that stuff.
What do you think the mega reveal at 10 Live is going to be?
Can you tell me anything about this Umbra thing that's maybe going on or
Jesus
whatever?
Christ! And we're talking about TalonCon?
It was pretty amazing. Like it's a
That's
whole new
a
direction
weird-
for Warframe and all this.
Hi,
we got
Angry
all these
Joe.
other games coming out, but this one's free.
Okay.
When's 2018 happening? Get it started.
Okay, yeah.
Given that the community knows you.
So
as
that's their
Auntie
convention
Megan,
thing.
It must
Sure.
be huge for you to be at
It's
TennoCon
that's
is
weird for them to spend time on TennoCon
the developers
stuff. Oh
pour
no.
their heart and soul into what we do for TennoCon.
TV, no, don't
and
turn off.
I know for me, it was literally like the best day of my entire career. I know Rebecca, our community director at home, was watching.
I will
but last
say,
year when
if
we
you
did
have
the
like
Spring
any
Byline,
even fleeting interest right now is the time to get into it, because they're doing a thing where if you link your Warframe account to your Twitch account, Twitch Prime, you get a Prime Warframe for free, which those are difficult to get. It's Trinity Prime, and Trinity Prime, I believe, is vaulted right now. So, like, you would have to go out and actually pay money to another player to get it.
Basically, bring.
So, like, it's
bring tissues for yourself,
a good
for me,
time to be
for
doing
everyone
this, and it
involved
sounds like they're going to be doing like a year of.
I mean, I've claimed that. I claim all of the Twitch Prime things.
Yeah.
So on twitch.tv/warframe, you can definitely check
I would
it
just
out.
need
and
to-
PC Gamer is also hosting as well on their
Just
Facebook
need
and
to
Twitter.
decide to actually
I
do
gotta,
it.
yeah, I'm gonna have to.
You do. So if
I'm
you
gonna have to
wanna
log
link
onto
your,
there too, because they're gonna open up the fucking vault on shit.
watch and you get some free stuff.
Fantastic. So that's happening from July 7th, and you'll be
And
able
then
to
you-
watch TennoCon live through PC Gamer's Twitch channel and the Facebook page. Thank
Get
you.
access to a bunch of other
Sean,
stuff.
It's over to you.
Thank you, Frankie, and thank you, Warframe.
I'm a big
The next
whore
game is one I
for
grew up with,
Warframe.
Sega. They've
I like
become a terrific
Warframe.
publisher of Japanese
It's
games
really good.
known
Never
for
mentioned
their
it before. It's
fully
weird.
featured ports, especially beloved
Hmm.
by this guy.
I've been
on
very
the
subtle
left.
about it.
Sega's bringing Shining Resonance both to PC and console the same day, and Shenmue is going to be coming later this year. They have all sorts
Oh, that's
of things
right.
coming up.
Well, they're
Let's
putting out
take a
that
look at
Shenmue double pack this year.
Yeah. I didn't realize they were doing a Shining Resonance thing as well. Okay, so this is all stuff they've already released.
Yeah. There we go. Coming soon.
Yeah, I forgot they were doing a double pack with Shenmue. That's like completely unrelated to Shenmue 3.
What do you mean? Shenmue 3 is going to continue the story?
Well, I mean, but it's like a different publisher, though.
Yeah.
Is the thing. Like, Sega's not publishing. Yo! Yo!
I was waiting for that reaction.
Yeah, let's go. Is it just Kiwami? This looks like it's just Kiwami.
Really? Okay. Yeah, just Kiwami.
Okay, so then Valkyria Chronicles 4. I will fucking buy Kiwami again. Even though I think that's like the weakest of the ones I've played, I will buy it so that we get the rest of those games on the PC. Yo!
Yeah!
Yo! Hell yeah!
Yeah, Zero's the one you really want.
Yes! Here we go!
Nugget for life.
100. Wow, okay. 100 more hours into Yakuza 0. Let's go!
Yes.
That's fucking cool. That's so cool. Yo!
Yakuza 0 is available for pre-order right now and will be releasing on Steam in early August. We hope you've been enjoying the show thus far. We have so much more great
isn't
stuff
early
coming up.
August when Kiwami
Let's
2
see
comes
what's
out?
coming up at this year's PC Gaming Show.
Yeah!
Coming up on the PC Gaming Show, a new publisher reveals 3 new games, and the first ever gameplay footage of Overkill's The Walking Dead. And now your host, Sean Plott.
And I'm back.
These little
Still doing
interludes
other
is
Walking
weird.
Dead games, huh?
Our next guest is a regular here at the PC Gaming Show, having attended all
Man, that
4
last one
years.
was
Frankie's
real
with us up
bad,
in the
I
balcony.
suppose.
It's Tripwire.
I certainly never played it, but I
Sean,
heard
if you
bad
are
things
anything
about
like
it.
me, you probably need to let off steam every once in a while. And I personally can't think of a better way to do it than by kicking back and tearing up a load of monstrous enemies. It's kind of either that or pushing the office photocopier out of the window, and I, for one, prefer the option that keeps me and everyone here in a job. With that in mind, I am thrilled to welcome Bill Monk from Killing Floor 2 back to E3.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Got a lot of fans in the audience still. Listen to that applause.
Yep.
They all want to know what the latest from Tripwire and Killing Floor 2 is.
Yep, we've been really busy working on Killing Floor, and we got some. We got 4 major updates.
I've been
that are coming
told
out this
by
year. The first one
by
we
people
dropped in
that
March,
that's
and we're
what
getting
I
ready
should
to
have
drop
kept
the next
playing
one really
once
soon.
they didn't do any more Left 4 Deads. Is they should have gotten into Killing
So
Floor.
we're bringing the summer sideshow back.
Killing
This
Floor
time
sounds
we're
like it
I
did
know
interesting
there are
things.
people who like
with
Killing
steampunk
Floor.
in a really fun, exciting
just,
way. And we have a
I think
really
I have
cool
it,
new,
and I just
system
never
already. It's
have
called the
played
Weapon
it.
Upgrade system. And with this, there's 73 different weapons that we have in our game, and each one you can upgrade it and make it viable for late play. So it really adds a lot of creativity to your loadout. So I'm really excited to get that in people's hands.
So you can make your boy guns big.
Yeah.
Good. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Bill. Let's take a look at the trailer for Treacherous Skies Summer Sideshow.
$18 for Yakuza 0?
That's a really good deal.
Wow, that is super fucking low.
I mean, is that like a 10% off pre-order thing? So it's probably normally $20.
Yeah, it's normally $20, but that's still a really good deal.
I feel like I don't see it that cheap on PS4.
Yeah.
Now, listen up. I don't know how, but these blasted circus freaks followed us on board. I think it's time to put on a show. Yes, of daring deeds and horrendous bloodshed. Oh, for me, my mechanical children have turned against me. Blasted traitors! Careful, lads, they're tough. Even removing the head won't put these rebellious robots down. But take heart, lads and lasses. I have invented some new toys. The Doomstick. 4 barrels are better than 2. The Static Strikers. A shockingly stylish set of gauntlets. And the
I'm getting really reminded of Twisted Metal 4, and that's not a good thing. In fact, that's like the worst thing you could do.
negotiated her way on board and is set on giving Zed the business. And remember, we'll see you on the airship.
Fossey, joke for you. Optician says my eyes are okay. I say, then how do you explain my husband?
Now, as is tradition, the content that you just saw will be available
Right.
tomorrow, including a free weekend for PC this weekend. Definitely check it out with Killing Floor 2. But that's not all that Tripwire has. I have the president of Tripwire himself, John Gibson,
But wait,
on stage.
there's
John,
more.
welcome back again.
Thanks, Sean. Pleasure to be here.
Now, I understand that Tripwire is stepping into also doing publishing. What does that entail?
That's right. So, Sean, it's really challenging for developers right now with the thousands of games that are coming out every year.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get noticed. And then you have the traditional publishing deals. So we're giving developers fair deals. We're going to be helping them rise above that noise so they can get noticed. And
So they're
because of our
making
experience
Road
developing
Rash?
our own games and publishing our own games, we're going to help them with marketing.
This is,
funding,
that's Road
mentoring,
Redemption.
feedback to help them succeed.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the game that
So this was like a Kickstarter. I think this was a Kickstarter game.
That is right.
Road
I'm
Redemption?
happy to announce that we're going to be
I don't
publishing
remember-
Road Redemption. We're going to be helping them grow.
Yeah,
and
no, that
succeed
sounds
even
right.
More on Steam, but also bring
I,
the
I,
franchise
I forgot
onto
that what the name of it
Now,
was,
I know
but
today you have a world
Yeah.
exclusive.
I've
new
I've
game.
had
Has
this
it been
game.
announced
I've
yet?
played this game a
Nobody
bunch.
knows.
It's
Before we roll the
it's
trailer,
pretty
why don't you give me a
cool.
little bit of a
Like
taste?
Yeah,
it's
so
you
we're
know, a
working
weird
with the team at
run-based
Blindside Games,
Road Rash game,
and they're led by Alex.
and that's that's
Yeah,
cool.
right. So if you're familiar with the Killing Floor universe, you know
This
Alex
is really
was the
weird.
moderator
because
of
I
the
feel like that
original Killing Floor
game
mod, which
has
Tripwire
been
worked with Alex
around
to
for
make
like 4 or
commercial.
5 years. at
And
this
then
point.
Alex went off, assembled his own team, made the game Depth, which was sharks and humans fighting each other, very, very successful. And now it's come full circle. We're working with Alex again, and we're going to bring his all-new game to market.
Well, let's take a look at it right now. World exclusive new upcoming game from Tripwire.
Close your eyes and imagine a place where the sun is bright and the beaches are white. A place filled with southern charm, where the water is as warm as the welcome. So come feel the wind in your sails.
Depth 2?
Sit back and relax. Enjoy the local cuisine.
Maybe?
Your dream vacation is waiting for you here on the Gulf Coast.
Yeah, it's got to be Depth 2.
I'm not sure.
Go to maneatergame.com now.
I was gonna say because it looked like you were just controlling the shark.
Standing by.
Yeah, it's just the shark. Yeah.
Okay, I can get by with a game where you just control a shark killing everything.
Play as the shark. You are the shark. This is an open-world action RPG where you play as the shark, or as we like to call it, a shark PG.
Oh my gosh, an open world action RPG where you play a
A
shark.
a shark PG. That's the only thing you can call it.
Oh,
You can only call it a shark PG.
this is amazing.
Okay, that's cool. I'm digging this.
Yes.
You get bigger teeth, you can jump out of the water and snatch people off piers and all of that fun stuff.
I didn't realize this was a power fantasy I needed so badly.
Yeah, I definitely
Where
did not
can
know
people
that.
go to get more information about it?
They can go to maneatergame.com.
All right. I doubt anyone will forget that here. That's maneatergame.com. John, thanks so much for joining me on stage. And once again, all the content that Tripwire showcased earlier about Killing Floor 2 and Road Redemption will be playable here at E3. Definitely be sure to check it out. Coming up next, Frankie has a whole slew of unannounced games. Frankie.
Cheers, Sean. Maneater looking
Time for a
tasty there, and I
montage.
can't believe they named a game
A
after
whole
the same
slew of
person
them,
in
you
that
say?
Indies are at the heart of PC gaming, and next up is a brand new publisher revealing 3 games for the very first time, releasing one.
I've got a whole slew of games to show you folks.
let's take a look.
Why? No, I don't think that you're ready for these kinds of games. These are more of a Sony E3 presentation sort of games. Now, wait a minute. I'll have you know that we have just as many games on the PC as Sony does. Well, alright. I'll tell you what I'll do.
I like that the name of this company is Untitled Publisher.
World exclusive. There's definitely more games being shown than in the past year.
Yeah, I have to imagine so.
Octopath Traveler 0. Prequel game for Octopath Traveler. Only on PC, which makes it weird.
Okay.
Mossmouth?
Whoa.
What?
That took a real turn from 3D Stardew Valley.
Is this UFO 50?
Nope, something new.
Morningstar, okay. See, I saw that the M looks very similar to the M in the Mossmouth logo, but okay. This is almost reminding me a bit of Downwell.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh, okay.
All these games look like must-plays. And Overwhelmed, the final game of the bunch, is available on Steam right now with a special launch discount. So make sure you check that out after the show. And if you're at E3 this week, head over to the PC Gamer corner of the Facebook booth inside the South Hall to give Overwhelmed a try. Right. Next up, it's time for us all to take a holiday, and where better than a virtual resort with some truly spectacular wildlife. Back again this year, our friends of the show, Frontier Developments, with a unique take on the park management
Oh,
genre.
this is
I am, of
Jurassic
course,
World
talking
Evolution?
about Jurassic World Evolution.
Yeah.
The long-awaited game is out tomorrow and lets you build your own dinosaur-stuffed tourist trap. What could possibly go wrong?
Oh god, that's right. That's out. Yeah, that's out tomorrow.
I didn't realize it was out tomorrow.
You knew it. I knew it was out really soon.
Well, sure, because that movie's coming out in like a week and a half.
Well, the ones before you did too. Because they believed that they were in control. And control... Well...
Yes.
Here's the thing.
Jeff Goldblum.
Humanity is desperate for it.
I am the pull-out king.
Are seduced by it. Deceived by the illusion of it. But we never really possess it. Because if there's anything that chaos theory has taught us, it's that nature is on its own course. And when we interfere, when humanity tries to put nature into orderly boxes, chaos destroys them. And what makes us such unique creatures is knowing the
That's not what chaos theory is, but okay, fine.
Of what we're up against, and still believing that we can win.
You're right, I'm not.
I know, however, what I would predict.
I am so excited for that game. Our next title is from Insomniac, who've been making amazing games for years, and they're going to try to take their expertise and answer the question, how do you make an open world game in VR? Let's take a look at their upcoming game, Stormland.
Oh, wasn't this was just announced a couple of days ago, wasn't it?
I think that sounds right. The 21st night of September? Oh, okay. Kill them all. Die, bitches.
This is actually a sequel to Detroit.
So I actually had one other potential.
Kick your face! Los locos kick your balls!
Well, that thing ain't gonna work on this Cadillac, sucker. Push on the window, push! Push, man! I look like it. No, man, I've seen that shit before. No, I've seen it too. It's a Mitsubishi.
That's not the scene I was hoping it would be.
Stormland is the Chief Creative Officer at Insomniac Games. Join me in welcoming Chad.
Number 25. Am I not telling you not to go outside of the doors? Outside of doors is city. Awesome. killed me.
Hey, Chad,
You've
welcome
been
to the
vandalized
stage.
all over
I
yourself.
want to start right
no,
away and
decorations,
ask,
multicolored
what is
petroleum
this game all
bypass. Those locals kick
Well,
your ass.
in
Those
Stormland,
locals
you
kick your
play
face.
as an
Those
android
locals kick your
gardener.
balls into
And an entity
outer
called the Tempest
space.
uproots your habitat
Come on, I
and
will clean you
shatters
up.
your android body. So you've got to travel to a civilization above the thunder.
Et cetera, et cetera, et
to
cetera.
repair
Short
yourself
circuit
and save your
references.
friends.
Yep.
And I want to ask what open world means in VR. Well, for us, it's about giving the player the ability to explore the world freely.
Well, it means
with a set
open
of
world,
Android movement
but in
abilities that are
VR.
designed. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, 'cause that's like
Skyrim and Fallout already exist in VR. Now, granted, they're not built from the ground up,
well,
but
in Stormland, you can do things like fly just above the slipstream with your outstretched android hands.
Yeah.
You can shoot a laser into the cloud surface and then make a ramp, kick off of that, climb up a cliffside, like literally launching yourself with your synthetic android strength, and then like push off and glide back down using your hands to control your descent.
Just massive freedom of movement, yeah.
That's
wow,
it's the set of
that is
mechanics that are
a
designed together to work
Borderlands
fluidly
gear
so that
box
movement
or
feels
a loot
exhilarating,
box opening up.
And you can kind of take the world at your own pace with it.
I'm curious why VR for this type of title.
There are a series of things that we're doing with Stormland that we could only do in VR. It's about the expressiveness of having tracked head and hands and
Yeah.
how we use that for combat, how we use it for movement.
It's about family.
Even things like scavenging technology to attach it to your body. Like you look down, you get a new piece of tech, and you attach it right into your arm, and then suddenly you've got the ability to harness electricity or cloak yourself, or all kinds of different cool android abilities.
I mean, the art is just beautiful in the footage that we've seen. I wonder if you can talk to me a little bit about the world and what it means for it to be ever-changing.
Yeah, that's a really good question. So that entity called the Tempest rearranges everything every single week so that we present the player with new playgrounds of movement and combat and scavenging. And you never know what you're going to discover. So every single island you find has the potential to hide an enemy stronghold or a network of underground caverns or brand new tech to scout.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, I got to ask, where can we go for more information?
Well, you can stay tuned by watching the Facebook and Twitter with @StormlandVR, or you can check us out at insomniac.games.
I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks for joining me, Chad, once again.
or you could go to this other website that's here. That's completely different from what this man is saying.
Frankie's up in the balcony with our next absolutely gorgeous-looking indie title.
It really is, Sean, because next up we've got a first look at a new game from publisher Raw Fury, a neo-noir detective drama featuring a Paris cabbie who finds himself drawn into a world of crime. Sacré Rudi Bleu. Yes, I speak French. I can't wait for this one, so let's take a ride with the trailer.
All right, you promised me this is going to be beautiful. Better be beautiful.
This is the exact same game that we saw like a little while ago.
I mean, what are the chances that we have two driving while you talk to the people in your cab
Trying to
slash
discover
car?
a mystery.
Night call. Well,
Taxi. What the fuck?
Taxi cab confessionals. I don't know if I quite saw enough there to call it beautiful, but it looks
If you
cool.
like that last game, you'll definitely love our next one. It's from the exact same publisher, Raw Fury. It's an open-world, narrative-focused game with an incredible art style. Let's take a look at Sable.
Come on to me, show us the way.
Oh, this looks cool.
Yeah, it's a very interesting type of cell shading.
Yeah. Like almost like you cell shaded like an early PS2 or PS1 game.
Yeah, totally. It's like Virtua Fighter-esque.
Yeah.
Joining me to talk about Sable is...
You know, for how they talked about how there was going to be a bunch of Battle Royale games, we've only seen that one so far.
So far, but there's still time.
Yeah, they say we got a half an hour left.
What kind of
supposedly.
game is Sable? What can we expect?
Sable is an open-world desert exploration game. It's not a game about combat or about leveling up. It's a game about solitude, and it's a game about exploration. You play as Sable, a girl leaving her home to explore this world filled with monumental architecture, fallen spaceships, and you'll travel around on your hover bike learning about the people, the culture, and the history of this world.
And you know, I talked about it before. I think this art style is amazing. Where's the origins of this?
So we were really heavily inspired by the clear lines style of French and Belgian comics, as well as Japanese animation, particularly Studio Ghibli. So we really want to feel our players to feel the same.
Okay, while they talk, I'm gonna go make a pee break.
One of their films.
Okay.
So from the very beginning, we knew that we really needed to nail the visual style, and yeah, so we put a lot of time and sort of effort into our rendering system, and yeah, we're really pleased to be able to show it to everyone.
Yeah, and I mean, I know that you two consist of most of the core development, the art and the programming. What about the music that was in that trailer?
Yeah, so that was a new track by Japanese Breakfast.
Oh, yeah, the T-shirt. Yes,
yeah.
Of course.
Yeah,
right.
So she, Michelle, she is doing the soundtrack for the game. Japanese Breakfast is one of my favorite bands right now. It's incredible to have her on board.
It all just came together so beautifully in the trailer, and I know that you guys are really regular about updating, you know, blogs, sharing what's going on with the development. Where can people go to find more?
So they can go to our Twitter account, ShedWorksReg and ShedWorksDan, or to sablegame.com.
Lovely, gentlemen. Thanks so much for joining me. Once again, the name of the game is Sable. Our next title is one that has been in development, even showing up in our very first PC gaming show. It's Cloud Imperium Games still hard at work on their title, Star Citizen. Let's see what they have in store.
Oh, I don't know how you can say world exclusive for Star Citizen. I guess that's the first time this trailer will have been shown.
Is this Star Citizen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I've...
And all this can be yours if you will pay $2,000, $5,000, $75,000.
Yeah, and you'll get most of the ships. Not all the ships, but you'll get most of the ships.
Not all of them. You'll get a good chunk of them.
Yeah. That game, I don't know what that ever is going to be.
You have access to the pre-alpha build.
Coming up on the PC game.
Oh no, just alpha
all
build.
new
Okay.
gameplay footage of Just Cause 4. A closer look at The Walking Dead, the final season. All new gameplay footage of Hitman. And
Ooh.
now your host, Sean Plott.
Ooh.
As we do each
Yeah,
year,
let's
PC
do
Gaming
Hitman.
Show, in
Let's
addition
get
to
that
talking about
shit.
Games, we're also going to talk about some of the upcoming hardware.
How do you feel about the Hitman 2 being going back to a full $60 release again rather than the episodic?
Really excited to be here.
Now, I just
it's weird because like.
Well, right now we're developing.
I think that them doing the episodic thing like worked out really well.
To the next level.
And like I know they've got like a season pass for this, so they're presumably going to be putting out more hits after the fact. But it's just really
Well, yeah, if they didn't
weird for them to put it all out in one go.
Yeah, if they didn't support this Hitman 2 in the same way they supported Hitman 1, like they're not getting the same thing. I mean, I wonder if that's a sign that that wasn't like it was successful, but maybe not super successful for them doing the episodic model. Like they saw, as you probably get with episodic stuff, they probably saw the degradation from episode 1 versus like people that got episode 5. Like a ton of people probably got that first like $15 episode, and how many people actually stuck around and ended up buying the Game of the Year edition or whatever, the full thing.
Right. You could, I mean, yeah, like I think on the Xbox I had the first 2 episodes and I haven't paid for them, so like I know they've had like those times where you can get the shit for free. So
yeah,
maybe this is them saying like, hey, we got to make sure that it's all taken up front.
99% of the Adobe color gamut, so it's better representing the vision.
Quantum dot technology.
Again, some of the games that you see on screen that support
I don't.
HDR,
They're
Mass Effect
they're showing
Andromeda,
too much
Far Cry
Mass
4,
Effect
Unity
Andromeda.
2.
This
Like,
is
you know,
what
some of
what
the
is
HDR
this
right now,
game?
have an HDR monitor, doesn't
Is
work
this
that
the
way.
game we
Streaming to,
want to
but,
be showing
you know,
off?
brings me to one of my next questions about.
Is it? I mean, is
you
it
see
considered
gamers that have
like
huge
a
range of
a
possible
good
budgets. What are the different
visual, whatever you want to call it, benchmark game?
We cover the gamut from,
Maybe, I don't know.
Very simple to the point to high performance esports products, or
I feel like you had Destiny and Assassin's Creed in that montage. And I feel like both would be like better show pieces.
Yeah.
So one of the projects we've worked on is something called the Predator 21X. This is a 21-inch curved screened laptop with a mechanical keyboard and 2 graphics cards. Science, materials. We did.
Wait.
Curved screen laptop?
Yeah.
To be serious, not just a joke, we actually have to ship this with a Pelican.
That sounds cumbersome as fuck.
And it sells for $9,000.
Oh.
We sold every single unit we could make, so we cover every spectrum of gaming.
A $9,000 laptop that's curved.
If you have $9,000 to be spending on a laptop, then those people who have that kind of money are probably going to spend $9,000 on a laptop.
A few have already sold out of this new Predator X27 monitor. I believe Micro Center is still in stock. Amazon will be in stock again soon.
Well, thank you so much for joining me on stage, Eric. Frankie is awaiting in the balcony with our very.
Yeah, it's funny. I have $9,000. I was just hoping that there's something I could spend it on.
Yeah, I just wanted to drop 9K. My kids don't need college.
Nah.
It's fine. They're going to be working in the mines by that point anyways.
Exactly, yeah.
Randomly generated universe. Oh, and you can take DNA from the aliens you encounter across the galaxy, splice them with members of your crew to create new life forms. Just a typical day at the office. Let's take a look.
Greetings, Commander. You have been sent to Quadrant Alpha 1. The mission is to find a new home for the crew on board of this ship. Expand your ship and explore the galaxy for resources and interesting new life forms. Feel free to experiment with DNA and alien abilities.
Yeah, out in space there's no laws, so just feel free. Just go crazy.
It's like being in the middle of the ocean. There's no laws.
Yep.
Space maritime law. Nobody can own outer space, man.
Huh.
Was this that game that we saw? No, it's not, right? There was another game that got shown off at some event that had a similar, like, hey,
Ladies and gentlemen,
protect against the...
one of the PC Gaming Show's sponsors this year.
I don't know.
And he's got a cool competition for you. The
Drake's
Packs giveaway.
Cakes.
Oh, yes. PAX is a gathering of PC and tabletop games, concerts, panels, exhibits.
Yeah, ducks have corkscrew penises.
A 4-day LAN party, festival,
Yep,
workshop,
I've heard
and
that fact
concert rolled
a
into
couple
one.
times.
The very lucky winner will enjoy a trip to PAX West, including 2 tickets and a free trip to Seattle. So if that's you, hit me up on those dates, because I am free. Webster, my man duck, this is very generous of you indeed.
She needs a
And
date
by
for
entering,
PAX,
guys,
apparently.
you will get a discount code to get your hands on some delicious Drake's Cakes available on Amazon. And if you're at E3 itself, don't forget you can meet Webster in person at the E3 Concert Walkway, where he'll be giving away Drake's swag and tasty treats all week.
Shit.
Man,
I maxed out the credit cards now, hon.
I'm really
I gotta
regretting.
go to E3 to meet Drake.
No, not that Drake. The duck.
Different Drake.
.com/DrakesCake.
Okay, no, but what if you're like, yeah, I'm gonna stream Fortnite with Drake, and then you do it with this duck man?
Has got me a bit peckish.
Oh.
Trailer for the next edition of Clay Entertainment's beloved survival series, Don't Starve, Hamlet.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. That's a Hamlet thing, yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, God. Oh, wow, okay. Dungeons. Alright. Yeah, this game is super easy.
It was too easy before.
Especially in single player. You son of a whore! Oh good, more, yeah, more bats. More bats. Bats are fun. Oh my god, those are demon ladybugs.
Yeah, those are really evil ladybugs.
You're missing some shit here.
Our next title is the next
December.
installment in a series that never.
I think that's just though for the single player.
It's Just Cause.
I think so. Well, because it's not branded as Don't Starve Together.
New engine to bring the level of
Yeah.
delicious insanity one notch up. Let's take a look at what the Apex engine in Just Cause 4 can really do.
All right, so we got some more Just Cause stuff. Hey, so Avalanche, you need to make sure that you design a mountain that is in the same shape as our logo, otherwise we won't give you our engine.
Uh-oh, we fucked up. Improved loading times?
Nah.
Improved frame rates?
We have the loading times higher and the frame rates lower.
Gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. For your loading times, 10 minutes is too short. It's rookie loading time. You need 4 hours before you can experience this world.
I mean, I from Just Cause, I want increased fidelity destruction. Like, that is the thing.
Yeah, absolutely. But I also want the thing to work better than 3 did.
Yeah.
Joining me to talk about it on stage now.
Okay.
From Avalanche Studios, it's Francesco Antolini and Adam Davidson. Gentlemen, welcome. Talk to me about the tornado.
It's fantastic, isn't it? So it's a very nice piece of tech. It's not just beautiful, but thanks to Apex, it's also a bad boy that actually works. It's fully physicalized.
Yeah.
This means that it's roaming the world, wreaking havoc, and
It's not just like a background piece. It's actually impacting the world
This
before
is
you.
Just Cause, man. You go there and you play with it. Yeah.
You know, throughout the trailers that I've seen, it seems to be a lot of different environments that are available throughout. Can you talk to me about those?
Yeah, I mean, one of the most important things to us with this installment of Just Cause was bringing a lot more variety into the game, and that extends to a lot of things, but certainly the biomes of the game. So instead of one kind of region of, like, say, southern Italy, like we had last time, now you have lush rainforests, deserts, grassland, and even alpine biomes, all of which, you know, are rendered beautifully with the new Apex engine.
Now, something that's very important to me is some of my favorite features from Just Cause 3. Can you talk to me about, like, the wingsuit and the grappling hooks? Like, are those coming back in Just Cause 4?
Everything you love from Just Cause 3 is back.
Good.
But everything is also just better. There's more to do, more to discover. For example, the grappling hook is completely customizable. The combat model has been completely reworked, redesigned, enhanced, so new weapon, new enemies, new AI. We've got extreme weather that interacts with grappling hook and parachute.
The wind that we saw from the tornadoes, is it just like basic wind effects also get incorporated as well?
Again, it just goes, so nothing, just an effect. So if there is wind, it's physics and acts with your parachute.
Also, John Krasinski is in the new Tom Clancy Jack Ryan TV show.
What Just Cause 4 can deliver.
Apparently.
He is Jack Ryan.
That's okay.
Yeah,
E3 hasn't started yet.
that's an Amazon thing, right?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, I popped onto Amazon. I was like, wait, what the fuck is John? Wait, Jack Ryan? Like, didn't we have like 3 other people be him though?
All-time favorite I can't wait for Frankie to talk to you about the
I think 2. There's a 3rd.
Overkill Software and Starbreeze.
Yeah, because there was Tom Cruise.
Payday 2. Therefore, it goes without saying that these studios are some of the most
Yeah, it was Tom Cruise and
cooperative
was it Ben Affleck, right?
And their next one is
Wasn't that Jack Ryan in Some of All Fears?
Apocalyptic Washington, D.C.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Here's the first gameplay footage for Overkill's The Walking Dead. And keep your eyes peeled for the release date.
Oh, 5th. Oh, yeah, Alec Baldwin. Yeah, of course, Alec. Baldwin.
Yeah.
Baldwin was the first one. Harrison Ford, Chris Pine was in the last movie too.
I didn't. Nope. Not aware of that.
Oh, I'm thinking of Jack Reacher.
Yeah, you are.
White guy names sound alike.
Yeah, I wasn't questioning you with the Tom Cruise thing because I assumed it was something I wasn't thinking of.
I was thinking of Jack Reacher.
Yeah, you were.
Writers and architects. But when the world ended, all that ended too.
This I'm definitely interested in. I tend to like Starbreeze stuff.
We fight to build a new life.
I guess it's just my general apathy for the franchise is the thing.
Yeah, I hear you.
Together, we might stand a chance.
Well, is this comic book Walking Dead or is this show Walking Dead?
And so I don't know.
Because there's no characters.
There's a difference.
It doesn't say AMC is The Walking Dead, so I think it might be comic book.
That would make sense.
Because I do think that last one that had Norman Reedus in it was, I think it said AMC's The Walking Dead.
For fans of The Walking Dead, Overkill's game for The Walking Dead, of course, coming soon, but we have a second completely different Walking Dead game that we're getting the chance to talk about right now. This is Telltale's The Walking Dead, The Final Season. Joining me on stage to talk about it is the lead writer, James Windler, and the voice of Clementine herself, Melissa Hutchison.
Sean,
thanks for joining me on the stage.
Our pleasure.
Thank you. Now, I want to ask right away for, people who've played through the first 3 seasons of The Walking Dead, in terms of the gameplay, what's some of the familiar and what's some of the new?
Okay, so for people who don't know Telltale, we are a story-based company. We focus on narrative. We've had our roots in the old school point-and-click adventure games, but we've developed our own cinematic style and almost a signature mechanic, like our choice wheel.
Yeah.
And that's all familiar. That should, the choices branch the narrative. What's new this year? We have like traditionally like combat and action, we've done with QTEs and like swipes and button mashes and all of that. This year, with the final season, we're introducing segments of unscripted combat.
Yeah, we see some of this right here.
Yeah, so Clem probably just brutalized a zombie there.
Of course she is.
And
oh yeah, so we also have like the orbital cam, like the over-the-shoulder camera. So that's like offering our players opportunities to explore our environments, which you can also see from the B-roll. Is like they're looking really, really good with this graphic black art style that we're employing.
Yeah, because in the previous games it was much more of a directed camera from scene to scene, but now you can really sort of explore the environment.
That is a mullet.
Absolutely, yeah, and yeah.
They're coming back in the zombie
About
apocalypse.
the story. I mean, Telltale games always
Yeah.
have that as the central feature. Where does The Walking Dead, the final season, start off?
Okay, so it starts. Clementine has been on the road for a long time. We are post-time jump in the comics. She's been on the road. She's traveling with AJ, who is an orphan boy, who is the closest thing that she has to family. But they're reaching the end of it. They are like running out of steam on the road. It's like proving to be untenable. The final season, Clementine discovers a school, a secluded school, where there are no adults, and essentially sees that this might be a place that they could call home.
Yeah, and what are the sort of challenges that she's going to face throughout the season?
Oh, all kinds of challenges. Yeah, like zombie threat all the time.
Tough.
Yeah, of course. And then there's always the external threat. Like at some point, there are going to be adults coming in representing external threats that she's going to have to deal with.
Now, Melissa, I want to ask what your experience has been like, because it's rare to have, a voice actress journey along with a character in a multi-year journey. I mean, how long ago was the first recording that you did?
Well, it was 2012, but we might have even started in 2011. I don't know.
We're not going to do math on air.
Yeah, we're
That's
not
always
doing
a bad
math.
idea.
That's not happening right now. It's been a long time, and it's not only just playing one character. It's actually been aging with her, growing with her, and falling deeper and deeper in love with her, and starting as this young child who's playing as Lee. It's your job to protect her, and then organically moving through all these seasons, and now you're playing as Clementine. I mean, really, this is a fan-driven game, so this.
I bet that is really tough to go from doing like a little girl voice up to slightly older and then like teenager voice.
How do you feel about the fact that this is the
You figure you got hired on your ability to do like a little girl voice.
It's bittersweet. I'm super sad. I'm super psyched.
And then they ask you to evolve.
Of course, it'll be sad to end her
Yeah,
journey.
yeah,
but,
that.
I'm really
I don't think I played beyond season 1, so that's really wild to me that they've still kept that same voice actress.
Crush it. So.
I played most of season 2. I don't know if I finished season 2, but season 2 is pretty close after the events of season. Like she's a little bit older, but not a lot older. Where this one looks like this is
August 14th.
Some years.
Yeah, we ship August 14th, and it's available for pre-order right now.
Be sure to check it out. Thank you so much for joining me on stage today. Once again, that's thewalkingdeadgame.com, or you can find it on Steam.
This first episode comes out August 14th. The 5th episode comes out in
For our next
2019. And
we're going to head back to you on the balcony.
Next up, have I got a treat for you. Coming straight out of Finland from Nolla Games, it's a magical action roguelike that asks, is that a wand in your pocket? Or are you just trying to kill me? Don't let the retro art style fool you. Noita is set
it's a bad joke.
procedurally generated
That's
world.
really
Every pixel is
gross and awkward.
Let's take a look.
What?
Okay.
That looks really cool.
Yeah.
Our next title is
It's like
one that's
Magicka
very
by
near
way
and
of
dear to my heart,
Towerfall.
as it is the spiritual successor to one of my favorite childhood games, Theme Hospital. Joining me to talk about it are the two founders of 2 Point Studios to talk about 2 Point Hospital. Join me in welcoming Dr. Webley and Dr. Carr.
I don't. Are they actually doctors?
Wow. Great suits. I mean, I gotta ask, as two fully trained medical professionals, how does one run a hospital in 2 Point Hospital? What's going on with the mic? What's going on with the mic?
Boy!
Wait, oh my gosh, is the stethoscope
Boy!
eliminating your microphone? Oh, you know what? We do this every year. Come here, talk to me. Okay. How do we run a hospital?
Oh, Jesus!
That's a really that's a good cover though.
Yeah.
I love that we heard the feedback of the control room going, "What's going on with the mic? What's going on with the mic?"
Yeah. I got to look out here, you said. Yeah, no, just look.
Suckle on my breast for the games.
Is this not working at all?
Yeah, it's great.
Doing great. Carry on. I'll carry on then. Yeah, a lot of customization, a lot of interesting characters in our world, which with all these
From
different
the
characters,
game,
we have some
Teats.
really interesting illnesses and cures for them, and you have fun in 2 Point County exploring different regions and curing people
There's a
with
very
different
large
ailments. And
needle
as you can see on the
that
screen,
just
we've
got
got
inserted
some-
into that
Going
man.
right up
This
the
is real.
butthole.
We actually researched this. It's a certain animal, and also you can train people. You can train your doctors to be better, your nurses to be better. Do research so you can unlock new wonderful cures.
Yeah. You know,
saying everything, isn't it? Sorry, I didn't know if your mic was
great.
working. I was a bit backfilling. Carry
Yeah,
on.
so I mean, no, tell me about it. Like, what is the sort of late game sort of experience that you'll be playing through? Because this looks like it's quite deep into the running of a hospital.
Yeah, this is later on. So you start off and you're researching and you're training up staff. You're
Turtlehead?
diagnosing illnesses.
Turtlehead.
And you're hopefully curing them. And
Yes, that man has his head is
I see this malady.
a turtle.
Yeah, I see this malady called.
And then he's
turtlehead.
like,
Can you
am
tell
I
me a little
not
bit about what
turtly
that is?
enough for the Turtle Club?
It's when the head becomes so shrunken, it gets stuck in the neck orifice, just pops out slightly, and it has to be extracted. And,
It's a real medical condition. I don't really like how they're making fun of it.
Maybe.
I mean, they are wearing lab coats. They would know.
Yeah.
This is one where
The stethoscope.
a little bit of suction always helps. And
yeah.
God, that would be nightmarish, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had to research
Oh,
how
he's probably fine.
Yeah, it is. It's real.
Okay.
I had to ask about something.
Yeah,
that I think
sure,
every
why not?
young
Fuck
man has
it.
to deal
Those
with
guys
at
are
some
suffering
point.
from
What is a
unibrow.
monobrow infestation?
Both of them.
monobrow is,
follically enhanced.
Oh yeah, first monobrow
We've
patient.
all been there.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Patient zero.
But yeah, it needs to be diagnosed and cured pretty quickly. If it doesn't, it'll fester.
What?
and,
Oh my
you
gosh!
might
I
shed,
thought we were kidding about that.
Oh my God!
And it can. It will
This
actually
is
leave the
terrified.
body, and it needs
This
to
is
be-
terrified.
I would assume that Sega's publishing this.
Inspectors arrive.
It looks like the monobrows are multiplying in the hospital.
They breed very. Yeah, they're big breeders. The monobrows.
they like
monobeasts.
They like
What is
dirty
this nightmare
places.
hospital?
Oh! Oh!
Disgusting.
Oh!
Oh
Clean,
God!
well maintained.
Oh God!
They're gonna breed.
I want to ask about sort of how the game evolves over time, because Theme Hospital was very mission-based. How does the experience of running a hospital change as
Yep.
the game goes on?
Yeah, so once you started your first
Sweep up their
hospital,
guts.
It's a pretty simple affair, and then you move on through 2 Point County. There's different regions.
Oh,
there's
that game
cold
took a
regions,
turn.
There's warm regions with
That's horrifying.
contagious diseases, and there's
There's poor regions, there's rich
disasters as well,
regions.
Yeah. So we've got volcanoes.
Yeah.
In fact,
Yeah, we've got all sorts of wonderful, weird effects can happen in different parts of the
So
world.
It's actually a
you might
prequel to
struggle
Plague
manage
Inc.
Your hospital empire, because a volcano went off nearby.
Yeah, it's about spinning plates, isn't it? You've got everything set up nicely, and then
Something
curveball's
happens.
thrown at you. So.
Well, I'd
You
love
have
to
a-
know more
you have a
information about when 2
Breakout
Point
of
Hospital is coming.
eyebrows.
Well, we're coming out to fall, and you can check us out by going onto our Steam page and hopefully wish listing. And yeah, we're coming later in the year.
We're told.
No.
Well, I'm personally, again, really looking forward to it coming out. Thanks so much for joining me, Doctor and Doctor.
Thank you. Thank
Talk
you.
about 2 Point Hospital. Now, our second Battle Royale game of the afternoon takes a fantasy RPG-esque bent, and you may have even seen it getting streamed on Twitch in the previous week. Let's take a look at Hi-Rez's Realm Royale.
Okay, well the first one looked exactly like Battlegrounds, so the next one, of course, looks exactly like Fortnite.
Like Fortnite.
Yeah.
Yep, that's how anvils work. Just anvil me up a gun.
That's how old-timey fantasy do. Rocket launchers.
Joining me to talk about Realm Royale is the executive producer at Hi-Rez Studios. It's Rory Newbrough, aka Dry Bear. Mr. Dry Bear, what separates Realm Royale from other types of Battle Royale games in the genre?
It's a good question. So before you go up into the air to determine where you land on the map,
Believe me, you do not want to Dry Bear. You don't want to do it.
Or hunter,
Still better than Wet Bear, though.
Lead some tearing, some blood. It's never fun for anybody.
Will be more about bunkering
and
down,
like, yes, all over.
Shields, putting down turrets. The assassin will get behind the lines using stealth, use a sniper rifle to take out targets, and the warrior will just jump in there throwing axes and being crazy.
And, you know, in some of the streams that I've watched, it also seemed like there were abilities, not just the loot and find stuff. Can you talk to me about how the ability mechanics work?
Once you choose a class, it'll come with a set of abilities, and you'll actually be upgrading these during the match, but it specifies your play style. And so as you're looting, abilities as well as armor and weapons will come out of the chest.
Okay.
You'll start equipping that and determining the play style you want, and so you can just really specify.
And, you know, you mentioned this a little bit. I've seen it on stream.
Hey,
Talk to
okay,
me about
okay, we're polymorphing players into
How
chickens.
does crafting work in a game where there's a constantly shrinking play circle?
We're really excited about this. So strewn across the map, there are places called forges.
Probably
and so once you go to the forge,
the other game where there's crafting in a constantly shrinking play circle. What kind of question is that?
Once you start the forge, a smokestack will appear above the forge, and
What
everyone
has-
comes over to
like,
fight.
I mean-
big team fight.
So I know
What is
that
crafting?
Realm Royale is currently available for free on Steam, but I hear that you have some goodies.
Is that H1Z1?
Check out that are E3 exclusive.
That's right. So free on Steam. We're actually out for less than a week now, and we were already number 4 on Steam charts. And this week at E3, through Mixer, if you stream on Mixer and you're playing, the streamer that gets closest to the Crown Royale will enter into the hype zone, and so everyone will see you on. You'll be featured on the main page of Mixer. And you'll have a chance to win the Jailbird chicken skin, which is our first piece of cosmetic. It's a little chicken with like a little jailbird like prisoner outfit and just box around. It's hilarious.
Yeah, and if you don't know the chicken mechanics,
If you don't understand what the term jailbird chicken means or what the picture behind me is, let me describe it for you.
Once again, it's for free on Steam right now. Our next game is one that was shown at last year's PC Gaming Show, and Frankie has some updates of what they've been up to.
Yes, John, as you may remember, our next game is made by a core team of just 2 people. It's called Ooblets, and it's a farming and creature collecting indie inspired by Pokemon, Harvest Moon, and Animal Crossing. This fresh trailer features a first look at their unique combat system, along with plenty of cute Ooblets and environments. Let's take a gander.
Oh, okay, okay. It's dance battles is the combat.
Oh, it's double fight.
Psychonauts 2.
Now, it wouldn't be a PC gaming show without a dash of strategy, which is why I'm delighted that we get the chance to share with you the next in the Anno games. Let's take a look at
The show is still going, Adam.
The show won't stop. The show's come to life.
They tricked us by saying it was only an hour and a half long.
Liars.
Is it? Okay. I thought the Anno games were futuristic.
No. Because all of the digits in the, year add up to a specific number.
Okay.
So, there's a set number of years they can have these games placed in.
Okay, so they just have to... Okay. Anno 1800. I'm gonna guess all of them add up to 9 then.
Joining me on the stage to talk about it is the executive producer, Burkhard Rattheiser, and community developer, Bastian Thun. Gentlemen, welcome to the stage.
Oh, well, no, they have been all over the place.
Asking, for people who haven't seen or experienced...
Yeah, the most recent one was 2205. That's what I'm clearly thinking of.
Yeah, well, Anno 1800 is a PC only real-time strategy game, and it's kind of mixing city building together.
Oh, is this thing still going?
Simulation and naval warfare.
They have 30 games to get through, and unlike Microsoft, they're not doing it in a long montage.
So you have a vast amount of freedom to explore.
Fuck, 8 more times.
Drake cakes. Eat some cake from Drake.
And I wonder if you could talk to me a little bit about why the choice of the 19th century for this game.
Well, we have to add up to 9, and so
there was so much
limited options.
Happening in this era. So we had 2 industrial revolutions. We had major scientific inventions.
I'm looking forward to the one that's just Anno 9.
Changes, and also the creation of the big imperial.
Or Anno 9000.
Really and what are some of the elements that we'll get to see from the 19th century in Anno 1800?
They could both be caveman games,
kind of
you know.
It's basically you start with the first kind of medieval settlements, and then it's a kind of a journey through the 19th century. So it's a kind of you explore everything that kind of happened in this rich era.
And I understand that you have a very unique take on how to work with the community, how to gather feedback. I was wondering if you could talk to me about what is Anno Union.
So last year at Gamescom, when we actually revealed
So we're asking community members to create art for our game. We want them to help us design the...
We will not be paid.
We need help with the music. We need help with the art. We need some programming help.
Development and invite players to give feedback and basically help us developing the game.
Can you give me like an example of exactly how some choices have been steered by the community?
So there's a lot of different stuff we did. So like from feedback we got on our blogs and focus playtests where invited players. We got so much great feedback, which had to completely rebalance the mid and late game of the game. Also, we heavily expanded on core features of the game based on feedback. We said like, okay, that really seems to work. Players like that, so okay. Let's do it like improve the quality a little bit even more.
Yeah.
But they can also vote on actual game content. So we had a big vote for an AI opponent in the game, for a community creation contest where they could create their own island and stuff like that.
And I understand that some of this footage that you're sharing right now is pieces that people can go to anno-union.com and vote on right now.
Exactly. So just in time for E3, you can go to anno-union.com, check out, we have a vote up where you can vote on one of 5 ships in the game. And that's only the first stage, because in the second stage, we will allow you to design your own ship variant. So the winner of that first vote, then you can hand in your own design nodes, drawings, 3D models, whatever you like. And the winner of that contest will
I was just kidding, but
now, where is the website that people can go
actually,
to get the most
doing the thing.
Right
Kyle, we still have to
just
get
check
through
out
Sony.
anno-union.com. That's basically our big community platform, and we want to invite.
We still have a Sony
strategy
press
gamers,
conference.
PC players
Yeah,
out
I
there
have
to come help us developing the game,
privilege
sharing
of.
feedback.
Oh,
Just check
great.
it out.
But Adam, Death Stranding, remember?
I
Our
know.
next title is the final battle royale of the night, and Frankie, is going to be talking about it, and it's a little bit, maybe not what you'd expect.
Oh, thank God, the final battle royale.
Is known for discovering distinctive indie developers and bringing their quirky ideas to the fore, with Cluster Truck, Speedrunners, and Hello Neighbor among their catalogue of
Ukulele
hits.
battle
And
royale.
I'm delighted to be able to bring you the world's
100 googly
exclusive
eyes
review of
enter
the
an
game
island.
developed by Galvanic Games in cooperation with Explosion. Inspired by the Cyanide and Happiness webcomic, Rapture Rejects is battle royale as you've never seen one before, ladies and
Wait, what?
gentlemen, believe it or not. Top down, isometric, cartoony, and basically bonkers. Let's take a look at what happens when the man upstairs makes an epic fail and only beams up the bad people. Introducing Rapture Rejects.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't.
Exactly, oh God. Oh God Royale. Oh God, you devil Royale.
Dear God, every day I strive to be closer to
Oh
your
no.
I pray that when Judgment Day, that most
Fuck, that's right, there's a Cyanide and Happiness
bring
game.
all the good people to heaven, that I may live in eternal glory by your side. Amen.
Wow. Wow.
Little help? Thanks, brah.
Okay. Wow.
Get down here this instant! You didn't break the leaves! Smell you later, you old
Jesus Christ!
Oh man. See, okay, if you're gonna do a battle royale game, you gotta do something like that that is just so completely different.
That trailer, that's so great.
Jeez, okay, yeah, so I just got, I got
that we'll be showcasing this
got an
evening
update
from
from the
perhaps
Cyanide
most
and
famous
Happiness Kickstarter game.
The Hitman
Just a
series.
second
Let's
ago.
Take a look at a brand new trailer
why.
from Hitman 2.
There we go, Hitman 2.
So, like, I think the sniper stuff is available right now.
Yeah, the co-op sniper thing,
Race
yeah.
is on its last day, and it is down to the wire. The Providence defectors are Robert and Sierra Knox. A day of high-octane thrills and two very public targets.
Yeah.
Oh my god, there was a prosthetic arm in there.
What? Oh.
Coconutted. Jesus.
Yeah, flamingo hat. You had me at flamingo.
Where's
hat.
Sheik Zanzibar? He is.
Joining me to talk about Hitman 2 is game director from IO Interactive, Jacob Mickelson. Join me up here, Jacob.
I don't know.
We've got to talk.
This has to be the last one. You can't.
I like.
Welcome, Jacob. Thanks for
I would
joining me.
hope.
There's
Right away.
nothing bigger than Hitman that you could do at a show like this, right?
Well,
They-
he's there to,
Unless they're gonna tote out Cyberpunk out of nowhere.
part of the
accounts that.
Hey guys,
and yeah,
we're gonna show off the first gameplay for the Funko Pop Gears of War
game. I have some hints.
game.
And I always felt like in the Hitman games, the environment was so critical, trying to study.
Well, he's
and trying
getting
to
very low on
understand
his
it. What are
stack
some
of
of the
cue
elements
cards.
It's true.
in
That's
Miami
true.
that
That's a good
will
point.
show up in
Giving
Hitman
me
2?
hope.
Yeah. Well, absolutely. Miami is, I think it's one of the biggest events we've ever created in
Now we're going to the teleprompter.
In Miami, we have, of course,
Great.
the race as the centerpiece.
Yeah.
But being this...
So if someone comes out and hands him a stack equal to the size he had
we
prior.
also go to great lengths
Oh,
to
God.
Going all the way up to Sony, you guys.
have here backstage area.
All right.
Have that in Miami, so...
Well, are we ready to talk about Warframe for 3 hours? Well, okay, fine, I guess, if I have to.
Kind of
It all
make
started
your
in
own
the
way through
beginning.
the mission and take advantage of the locations and all the different disguises and items you stumble upon as you move in closer to your targets.
And in terms of mechanics, I know that there's going to be a lot of the familiar feels, but what are some of the brand new mechanics that are in
Familiar
Some of the new
feels.
stuff is, for instance, the crowds we saw here in Miami. First of all, there's more than ever.
Yeah,
we're close to 2,000 people now in the scenes, and
You can throw multiple cans of
there's a new
spaghetti
crowd
sauce.
mechanic where you can dip into the crowd if you
No,
get in
I don't
trouble.
wanna slap
So as long as
a
they are
motherfucker
not
with a fish
fleeing
in the
or running
face.
away, then
Yeah.
it's for you to hide in. So in case you get chased by guards. Another new thing is the picture-in-picture mechanic, where you get information about what's going on other places in the level. So if you're setting up traps and stuff like that, you can kind of keep track of where the important characters are. And last but not least, we have the fan favorite, which is the sniper briefcase is back. But this time it's not only for sniper rifles, it's also for all the other things you want to carry around, kind of without causing too much attention to yourself.
And I want to ask about some of the
Yeah, that
weapons
was a
and
weird thing that was
disguises
missing
that
in
are
that last
showing up
Hitman
throughout
game.
these trailers.
It's pretty iconic
We
for him
go
as
to great
the
lengths. I think
sniper briefcase.
The theme of this showing is going to be the fish. It's really it's a studio favorite. We're having a lot of laughs at that, right? And then of course you just saw it in the kitchen as a frying pan. So we all know the kitchen is the most dangerous room in your house, right?
They're gonna get sued though.
Also counts in Hitman.
Yep, totally getting sued.
Blue hole's
I wanna
coming for
ask
you.
about some of my favorite content from Hitman, things like elusive targets, limited time events. Will those be making a comeback?
Absolutely. So there's still going to be escalations for you to kind of challenge the game in many different ways. There's going to be
No, they will not.
challenges,
Why would you
games
ask me
will
this?
challenge
That
you,
was
and
not
then,
on the
of
cue
course,
card.
there's targets that pop up for a short period.
You
of
son of a
time only,
bitch.
and you have one shot at this, or
Oh yeah.
go bust.
As my final question, the expected question, when does Hitman 2 come out?
Hitman 2 comes out November 13, and if you pre-order right now, you also get access to a new game.
Literally was just on the fucking trailer. Did you not watch?
Also, for the first time in the franchise, you can play.
He only knows what's on the cue cards, and they forgot to write that down.
Well, Jacob, thank you so much for coming out. I'm super.
There's
looking
still a
forward to
couple of
Hitman
cue
2.
cards there, though, is the thing.
I might be the worst Hitman ever, but I try hard. Now, Jacob, I'm going to thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm going to escort you off to the right. So you're going to rush off this way, because coming in from the left, for the first time ever, vaguely nearby me, it's the co-host, Frankie. Come here, Frankie.
Okay, okay. So the
The balcony for good behavior.
Excellent. Well, Frankie, we did it.
We
The
did.
PC Gaming Show is done. Thank you so much for joining us to host this year.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys.
Kyle, we
You
did it!
came out to
The
Wilson
PC
Joint
Gaming
we
Show
opened
is
it.
was
done!
blast. Thanks to Twitch
Man.
chat. I know that everything you said was appropriate and intelligently thought out. And of
Drake's-
course, this
get that duck
year we're
motherfucker
curating
down
even
here.
more great PC games from the Facebook booth in E3 South Hall. Last, and of course not least, a huge thank you to all our wonderful sponsors who let the PC Gaming Show come back for a fourth straight year. They are Hi-Res Studios, Digital Extremes, Archangel Hellfire, Team 17, Stardock Entertainment, Acer, Predator, Improbable, Oculus Rift, Drake's Cakes, Tripwire, Frontier Developments, and Square Enix. We hope you have a wonderful E3 and go play some damn video games. Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.
all right.
Oh my god.
That's
That was still incredibly slow, but it was not as bad as past years.
thought that was good. I mean, you know what? I mean, a show like that, they spent more time on random individual games, even though a bunch of those are stuff I have no interest in whatsoever.
Yeah.
They still actually, took moments and, took a moment to spend some time on the games that highlighted some cool indie games that would never see the light of day at any other type of conference. That was good.
Yeah,
that was good.
There was cool stuff there. It just feels like it just went on.
Well, you know,
there was a lot of stuff to show off.
Yeah, they had a lot of, and you know, and some of that stuff, it's like, hey, you guys must just be showing this because you're a sponsor, basically. Like, I don't know. That's what it is. All right, well, we're gonna take a break, and we're gonna come back in about an hour.
Break.
And we're going to finish this bad boy off for today with the big daddy of conferences, the Sony conference, where we will get Death Stranding, Spider-Man, the Ghost of Tsushima. I forget what the Tsushima. And of course, Last of Us Part 2. But we'll see you for that later. Thanks, guys.